You're also a teacher here at the
Yeah.
University of Tennessee, but you have your startup, Pawpular Solutions. So how do you keep up with both of those at the same time? Is it easy or hard? Or
I think it really goes to if you enjoy what you're doing, and I enjoy both. I tend to think that if somebody feels like something is a drag or not that days aren't tiring, but I think generally people tend to think that it's too much work. I'm guessing they probably just aren't really enjoying what they're doing, and it really was coming from Learn.com and training our customers online on how to use a product, and then moving into a classroom of teaching. It was those experiences, I think, that really helped me understand, okay, what it was that I wanted to do with Pawpular Solutions, which is to create a platform of engaging online courses for all the people working in the pet industry, and specifically veterinarians and vet students. But I think because I love both. I love creating a business. Someone once described it as a roller coaster, and I think that's absolutely true. Because there are those days like everything's going right and you're really excited, and there are those downs where you're like, oh, is this going to work? So if you're willing to kind of go for that ride, then I think it's really fun. And I love teaching. I love those moments that I get to go in and step into the classroom, and hopefully I've created a lecture that again involves everybody. One of the things that I tell students at the beginning of the year is I look at this as there's 15 weeks in the semester. This is going to be a 15-week discussion on business, because it's really what I like it to be. So for me, both are fun. Yeah.
so, what advice would you give? Like specific advice you give to people who would like to pursue a startup business?
That's a good question, and it's just going to be my experience in sharing just what it is that I took from it. Is certainly while you're a student, take advantage of all the resources you have on campus. Reach out to your teachers, reach out to anybody that you think could maybe help you decide what it is you want to do with your business or how to grow your business. I have students that will come back. I've been teaching here at UT for 4 years, and I'll have students come back, that I had maybe 4 years ago or 3 years ago or 2 years ago or a year ago, and just toss out a business idea that they just kind of want to talk through. And I love those. That's really fun for me. I love the students want to come back and talk about what they're thinking about. So I would say definitely use all the resources and keep reaching out to everybody. I think too is I once heard somebody say, and I thought this was really true, is one of the mantras for entrepreneurship is find something you're passionate about. And one of the things that I've heard students say is, well, I don't know if I'm necessarily passionate about any particular thing. And so my only advice, and I think this is, if there's not something you're passionate about, just follow something that interests you. Just follow that thing that interests you, and if you're willing to not give up, and you're willing to stick with it, however long it takes, then you will create that business that you want. Absolutely. And that thing that you love to do. And again, it could be you following something you're passionate about. It could just be following something you think is interesting and fun. And if you're willing, again, to just keep working on it through school, after school, then an after school beat, even after you graduate, you will find that business that you're really excited that again, you kind of wake up every day and go, oh, this is so cool. This is exactly what I wanted to do. So,
That's
yeah.
awesome. So last question is, I know you just mentioned, get involved at campus while you're a student, but are there any other outside sources or anything that you found along the way that would be beneficial for a student to look into, any websites or connections or anything like that?
Yeah, that's a really good question, because one of the things that has been really helpful to me is having mentorships. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Is having those that believe in what you're doing, have more experience maybe in business or whatever area it is. So I have mentorships sort of or I would say maybe mentorships, I would say more in like consultants in the more pet vet related area. And then I do have a business mentor that has an enormous amount of experience working for large companies. So again, they have like an experience and a view of business that they're always, as I toss ideas out, they're in a really good position to help me refine them. So my suggestion is that, again, kind of follow those things that you think would be interesting to do. And this is why, which is one of my business mentors I had met in an activity that I was doing, which was volunteer work. We were both volunteering for this entrepreneurial summer camp. And I was introduced to him, and he ended up being an executive for a very large company for a number of years, had just more recently retired. And one of the things that I was introduced and they mentioned Pawpular and what I was doing, he kind of leaned over and said, oh, you know what, I had done some work for some nonprofits with pets. And I said, oh, we should talk. That was the beginning. As I after meeting him once, I said, well, you meant to me as I kind of grow my business. And he said, I would love to. So to me, is seeking mentorships, and when I talk to students about that, they'll say, how do I do that? I would say just go out to those meetings or things where you think sound interesting to you. It could be clubs on campus. It could be meetings, like there were entrepreneurial groups in Knoxville. Just go out and do those things that you think sound fun and interesting, where you think maybe you'll connect with like-minded people. And then you will meet that person that that ends up being a really good mentor for you. By being involved, by you both being involved in something of interest. So I guess kind of to summarize is, find a mentorship, but I think the best way to do it is just going out and getting involved and following things that are interesting you, and you will connect with that person. I think that, again, it ends up proving to be a really good mentor for you.